Do you want a Dolby with it?
Yes, please.
You only get Dolbys with tape recorders, Chief, all right? Do you want an amp?
No, I won't.
You won't hear anything, Grandad, without an amp, I'm afraid.
Oh, so, of course, yes, I want an amp.
How many watts, exactly?
Oh, I should think about 3. No, 2,000. 500. 30.
30?
30.
Do you want speakers?
Yes.
Do you want rumble filters?
Yes.
Do you want a bag on your head?
Yes.
There we are,
What I've got here is the BMW options list, and it's just amazing. I mean, Steptronic control, or AGS. And how many AGSs do I want? And then there's EDC3. Is that a good thing? Or is it a waste of £1,375? Now, I know a raft of extras makes a car easier to sell, but really, how much of this is worthwhile? And how much is pure marketing gobbledygook? This is designed to prevent wheel spin. When sensors detect the car's about to start skidding, they back off the power. Now, it's clever, but it's not foolproof. Let's start the experiment in this 370 horsepower supercharged Jaguar by turning the traction control off. Well, that's half the tyres gone, so now let's just pull over before we use the other half and turn the traction control back on again. Obviously, there's no wheel spin when you set off, and it can be pretty handy on a greasy roundabout. But don't think of it as a get-out-of-jail-free card, because it isn't. Now, what happened there is actually very simple to explain. I saw the corner tightening up, I panicked, and I lifted my foot off the accelerator. That upset the balance of the car, pitched the nose forward, and caused the spin. Now, obviously, the traction control saw that it was happening, tried to back the power off itself, but I'd already done that. The human brain works faster than a car's onboard computer. Now, there are some systems, like you get on the new BMW 3 Series, that get round that, and they're worth every penny. But most traction control systems, they're worth about a penny. As you're backing up, the car beeps to tell you how close you are to the wall. On a BMW, this system costs £340. Now, if you have arthritis, it's a good idea. But if you don't, here's a cheap plan. Just turn round and spend your money instead on something useful. Anti-lock brakes are vital, but there are some safety systems on the market today that are not so fantastic. Now, if you have a crash, your head smashes into the steering wheel and you end up looking like Andrew Lloyd Webber. Now, an airbag prevents this, so it's a good thing. However, this Merc has 8 airbags. There's one for the passenger, but why? What's the passenger's head gonna hit? Then it's got them in the doors and in the roof. It's like a bouncy castle on wheels. You could turn off the ABS, drive like a maniac, have a crash. Kids would love it. I'm guessing now, but if a steel spike shot out of the dash when you had an accident, you'd drive more carefully and spend more time looking where you were going. I mean, look at this. The Mercedes A-Class. It has every safety feature known to man. Unfortunately, the whole thing is let down by easily the most complicated stereo in the entire world. I want Radio 4. Morm. What is Morm? tar on, tar off. Something in Egyptian. Oh, I've broken it. Oh, and now I appear to be driving off-road.
But it's not surprising. What I want from a radio is big buttons. I don't want more. I don't know what it is, but I know I don't want it. I do, however, want satellite navigation at this point. Or rather, I would want it if it worked and were a little cheaper. My advice on space guidance is wait. Manual gearboxes are favoured by keen drivers. Automatics are favoured by those who just want to get around. And this Porsche has neither.
The system costs £2,800, and here's how it works. If I have the lever here, I've got a full automatic, which is very nice. If, however, I move it over here, I can now change gear using these buttons on the steering wheel. But why would I want to? If I want a manual, I'll buy a manual. This is like employing a cleaner and then doing all your own hoovering. It's mad! I mean, this car has cruise control. Get off. Stop it. What use is that? Cruise control only works if you live in Utah and work in Montreal. It's not quite so useful if you live in Woking and work in Bracknell.
So-called semi-automatic gearboxes typify all that's wrong with current automotive thinking. It's an electronic button fest, a silicon fad. I mean, heated seats make you think that perhaps you've inadvertently messed your pants.
Jeremy, you'll be pleased to know if you do go for
So,
the Steptronic
if a
gearbox,
salesman
AGS
starts
will
to
be standard.
bombard you
And
with
of course,
techno
also
gobbledygook,
standard is
my
automatic
advice
stability
is simple.
control and traction, and also CBC and DSC.
Don't
However,
listen.
Don't stop there. Why not add a little bit of double glazing, Jeremy? Or perhaps the high gloss...
Or better still, put your fingers in your ears and hum as loudly as possible the theme tune from Postman Pat.
Display would be a tremendous asset for the need-to-know information that you need on your driving. Lots of ready-to-hand information. Perhaps the multi-function sports steering wheel would come in handy, where you have the cruise control and the controls for your music system on the steering wheel. Or perhaps Servotronic power steering. With
Next week, Vicky Butler-Henderson on the snorty TVR Speed 6. I crash test to cut and shut motors the first time